Hey, I'm Miss KAPOW, Liz back here with the Happy Million Show, and in this particular episode, I want to talk about 2 triangles of truth that if you implement these into your business and into your life, you will 100% make more money, you will 100% love your life more, and you will 100% love me for telling you this information. Now, I kind of said that last one as a bit of a joke. I am not seeking your love. I am seeking to serve, however. And I, by the way, am a happy millionaire. I interview happy millionaires. I help miserable millionaires become happy and live life on their terms. I help people find fulfillment that have not had fulfillment. I help people make money that don't have money. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that these triangles of truth will make or break your experience in 2026 and beyond. Now, how do I say that? I live it, I eat it, I breathe it, I sleep it. This is how I operate. This is how I coach my clients. These rhythms, these 2 rhythms are of paramount importance if you want to build a business and a life of your dreams, right? A business of your dreams and a life of your dreams. So I'm going to be talking like raw, real, and honest with you right now. I've just finished up a day of consulting and coaching, and I just wanted to kind of bring some fire here for you. Man, so many people out there are giving the wrong advice. Some very well-known people in the industry are talking about like hustle harder and go and commit and like and I'm all about commitment. I'm all about determination. I'm all about commitment. Actually, I'm not all about commitment. I'm all about being in balance in the ways that need to have balance in my life so I do not blow out. But I'm not after balance like every day looking the same. So there are people out there, though, that are saying you need to double down and like forget about it and fuck happiness is what some people are saying. And I love these people. This is not about the person, but I do want to help make sure that people don't fuck up. For want of a better phrase, I want to help make sure that people don't fuck their lives up, screw their marriages in the pursuit of stuff that at the end of the day isn't as important to them as the connection with what truly deeply matters. Now, a little bit of concept before I jump into the 2 triangles of truth that I'm going to be sharing with you. I am Liz Benny, the Queen of KAPOW. KAPOW is a word that came through me a great many years ago. For those of you that don't know who I am, I rock it out. I have a ton of fun. I love my life. Has it always been easy? Heck no. Have I been through depression? Heck yes. Has my wife been through depression? Heck yes. Have we had PTSD? Have we suffered? Have we had bad things happen to us? Yes. Let's talk to the 6th grade. And for those of you witnessing right now, the video, you'll be seeing fireworks going around my face. So here's the deal. I know what I'm talking about. I'm paid for this type of stuff. I'm paid for this level of directness, this level of coaching, this level of holding people's feet to the fire, because a lot of people are building their businesses and their lives in ways that are counterintuitive to what they actually want. Please listen. So a great many years ago, the word KAPOW came through me. And that might sound woo and spiritual, and you might be like, well, hold up for a second. Liz, how did you get to this woo version of you? Weren't you just super direct before? Weren't you like how's to the D's and like all this? Yes, I was very direct before. And I'm also super woo. I'm intuitive. I'm a deeply intuitive business consultant and coach. And part of how I operate is I help people at the full range of the spectrum. So KAPOW is a word that came through me intuitively. And I started to say it, and I started to witness that when I said it, people's lives just tended to like wake up, like they used to smile more. I'm like, holy crap, like this is amazing. This is really cool. Like I say this word and there's a reaction in that person. And I really loved witnessing and watching what the word KAPOW could do to the spirit of the person in front of me. It was like they woke up and I was like, oh my gosh. And it was like it was activating them. I was like, oh, like this is addictive. Like I love helping that person shift their energy so that they can see a different version of themselves. And eventually though, someone said to me on an interview, what does KAPOW even mean? I'm like, So I needed to really stop and be still with spirit again and work out like what that actually meant. Many years later, I will now tell you that KAPOW stands for connection, alignment, purpose, ownership, and wealth. Wealth is what people want at the end of the day. To live a wealthy life, to live with freedom, to live with financial freedom, spiritual freedom, like the true definition of wealth, not just financial wealth, although financial wealth is incredible, but the true definition of wealth and what people actually seek is to have this level of love and connection to things that matter to them, to live a life of meaning, in a way that allows them to express the depths of their soul whilst in human form, whilst alive, to say it in a different way. So wealth is the end result of the KAPOW pathway through connection, alignment, purpose, ownership, and wealth. And you might be like, hold up for a second, like, what is going on here? This is like a spiritual deep dive of, business and stuff. Yes, it is, because at the end of the day, business is a spiritual act. It rips us open to places that we don't necessarily want to even go. It takes us to the depths of our core, fundamental, limiting beliefs that are holding us back from living the life that, we were born to live, for want of a better phrase. So let me tell you about these 2 triangles of freedom, understanding what the KAPOW pathway is all about. So if the goal is wealth, if the goal is for you to live life on your terms, if the goal is for you to make a crap ton of money in your business and go on 5,000 holidays per minute, I'm being facetious, but like to have the life of rhythm, to have legacy wealth, to have, more than enough money to give to charity, to have protected yourself from the atrocities of like whatever is happening in your economy, in your world, by, to have enough that you and your family are more than able to give to others. Like that's the ultimate goal of so many people. I just want to get my family safe and I want to protect myself and my family. And then I want to, be able to give to other people. Like that's a common story, a common thread that I hear. What often people don't get is that you can actually be very, very, very charitable prior to even getting to the point of safety yourself. And in fact, that is one of the fast tracks to bringing in more wealth. But I digress. Let me help you out with these 2 triangles of truth. The first one is this. If you genuinely want to build your business to the heights that you want to grow your business, there are just 3 things that you need to absolutely have in place. And you can genuinely ask yourself which lever or lever, depending upon what way you say that word, which lever, as we say in New Zealand, is it right to pull at this point in time? Right? Which one must I pull in order to get to the next level? So there are 3 S's. The first S is strategic. Now, a lot of people actually think that they have a strategy problem when they might have one of the other S's being their problem. But in some regards, strategy is actually the problem. Okay, so from a strategic standpoint, if your business model is not a business model that allows you to live life on your terms and allows you to go deep and allows you to, like, if you're in high ticket consulting and you want to serve 10,000 people, you literally do not have enough time to be able to serve all of those people, all of those 10,000 people at the high ticket caliber, at the high ticket level. There's not enough hours in the day, which means that there is a strategy problem. Okay, so simple idea there. So in one regard, you want to make sure that your strategy is in alignment with the goals that you have in your life. A lot of people have the wrong model. A lot of people are strategically off. A lot of people just need a little tiny tweak in their strategy. Most people actually need to stick to the same strategy for longer so they get the bloody result that they said that they wanted in the first place. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. So the first S is strategic. The second S is systems. Now, I'm not here to talk sexy stuff right now. I'm about to get into some sexier stuff in a minute. But strategy, systems, the systems that back you up in order to live life on your terms. A lot of people are still stuck in the dark ages. A lot of people are using AI as if and just using ChatGPT, but they're not actually using AI to systemize their life in the way that will actually free them to the degree to which they can be freed. Okay. The systems, like every single thing that I do in my business right now is where can I automate this and not have to pull a lever? Where can I minimize human contact in sending things, for example, and maximize human contact where it matters? That's really important. Systemization does not mean eradication of the human, well, it can if you want it to, I don't want to because we're humans and like we love connection. So I want to make sure that I'm increasing connection with humans where it matters across my business, and minimizing connection with humans where it really doesn't matter. Maximizing strategies, maximizing systems. So those are the two ones. Is it a systems problem? Is it a strategy problem? Most of the problem that people actually have, though, is actually the third S, which is the subconscious problem. Their subconscious is not allowing them to get to the heights that they logically seek to get to. And if your subconscious does not allow you to get to those heights, it means that you will constantly be at odds with yourself. You will be wanting to go and your brain will be saying no. Okay? So that is a subconscious programming issue. And to be even more honest with you here, it's more like superconscious, which is more like just beyond the subconscious mind within the individual, is a consciousness that is beyond that, which is superconscious. Or there's one phrase for it. I'll just say subconscious for now because that's a much easier phrase for people to actually grasp who are not aware of consciousness and that world as much. Okay. So one problem, strategy problem. Solving the strategy problem, solve the systems problem, and then make sure that you are programming or programmed from a subconscious mind standpoint in alignment with that which you seek. Okay. So that is the triangle of truth. Once you actually dial in those three, your business and your life will be absolutely incredible. That, though, is more of just a business focus. If we think about that, that triangle is basically aligned specifically to make sure that you are on target and getting results in business. And the results in business allow you to live life on your terms a lot more. Okay? Amazing, incredible, bodacious, nutritious, fantabulous. Now I want to tell you about the triangle, the other triangle. Now, after I had developed the triangle that I've just spoken about, the triple S, right? Systems, strategy, and subconscious mind. And I've helped a lot of people from that standpoint. I wanted to go even deeper and have a deeper experience as a human in business, as a female in business, as someone with hormones in business. Like we all have hormones, whether you're male or female, we all have hormones. I'm specifically speaking about like female hormones in that standpoint. But what I want you to know here is I don't think just in money terms. I don't think just in like, oh, how much money do I want? No. Like I think in different terms, like who do I want to be? What do I want to be remembered for? How do I want to show up? How do I want to have a relationship with God? How do I want to what type of relationship with my wife do I have? What type of relationship do I what feelings do I want to experience more of? And those are not necessarily good from a triple S standpoint, which is a much more masculine approach. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I ebb and flow between masculine and feminine. I've ebbed and flowed between masculine and feminine just on this podcast today. And boy, I know that I am like pulling in the heat right now. I am hopefully going nice and fast for you all to be able to grasp this. Hopefully it's not going over your head. This is massive stuff. So the next thing is there are 3 B's that for, I'm guessing, the female market right now, you're probably going to err on the side of like, oh yes, like this is more me. The triple S didn't get me, Liz. But the 3 B's, and this is actually how I have been operating for the last 3 years of my life. There are 3 B's that I constantly am asking myself big questions about. The first B is in business. Where am I going in business and who do I need to be to get the results that I'm after? And I truncate that down to what is my target and what are the tasks that I need to do to get that result, which sounds quite masculine, but this is like, we're in the business part right now. And I'm not saying that business is just masculine, but typically to get results, you need to have a drive of some sort, and masculine energy is much more driven energy than feminine energy. Okay. So the next B though is body. How must you protect your body, nutritionalize your body, work out your body, love your body in order to support your business as the vessel through which your business grows? Really and truly get that. as the vessel through which your business grows. Now, when you understand this, it's like, well, holy crap, like I've got all these business goals that I want to, yeah, but who do you need to be? How do you need to respect your body? Are you working out enough? Are you nutritionalizing your body enough? Are you drinking enough water? Are you supplemented enough? And by the way, I think honestly, like I am not a biohacker. I know that a lot of people have done a lot of stuff from a biohacking standpoint. I do certain things to optimize me that make sense to me based on who I am and how I'm programmed from a DNA standpoint and all that sort of stuff. But I'm not saying right now you need to go out and buy all the things in the world to biohack your body. I'm just saying, like, are you looking after your body or not? And what do you need to do as a baseline minimum to make sure that your body is in its optimal state, to make sure that you are able to deliver results for yourself and others in business? Walking, baseline minimum. Drinking enough water, baseline minimum. Eating nutritionalized whole foods, baseline minimum, right? And of course, like I love to go out and have cake, and I was about to say I love ice cream. I do not love ice cream. But baseline minimum levels of nutritional load, nutritional stuff. And by the way, I've been all, swept up and I need this supplement and that supplement and all that sort of stuff. And I've had NAD this and I had creatine that. And I'm still on creatine. I still take creatine right now, but I at least do the baseline minimums. A lot of people are jumping on the peptide thing right now. Cool, awesome, great, wonderful. I'm not here to name and shame and do all that. So I'm just saying baseline minimums. Get your baseline minimum body intact so that you're able to be who you need to be in business. So we've had the B for body, we've had the B for business, and the next one is the big one. And most people stop at this one and they're like, I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know even how to familiarize myself with that information. So the next one here is being. How is your being? How is your spirit? How is your energy? What is your relationship with yourself? What is your relationship with God? What is your spiritual experience of life? Now, many people who watch my stuff are devoutly Mormon or devoutly Christian, which is absolutely amazing. And many people are agnostic. Absolutely amazing. You get to choose. You absolutely get to choose your own spiritual journey. So I'm not here to, say anything or project any of my belief systems upon anyone. You get to choose. And alongside that, when I say being, it's like, what are you doing from a being standpoint, from a personal development standpoint, for want of a better phrase, from a looking after your spirit standpoint, to make sure that you're not burning out your happiness, you're in alignment with your soul's calling, to say it in a certain way, and looking after you, looking after your inner child, to say it in a different way. So body, business, being. And with my clients, I'm asking them on a weekly basis, how are you? Like, what are your body wins? What are your being wins? And what are your business wins? We don't just go for business wins. That's great. I, made $100,000 this week. Great, cool. That's awesome. And what are your body wins? And what are your being wins? Right? And being is stuff like I spent, deep spiritual time with my wife, and we connected around our love for, something for the future or whatever it is. And then, body, like I ran up a mountain. It was the first time I was able to run up a mountain in years. Like whatever that is, like we celebrate body, business, being, body, business, being, body, business, being, body, business, being. So those are the 3 B's that I am literally like processing all of my information through. And I'm setting goals with regards to body, business, being, or targets. So for me, I have a body goal for this year. I have a being goal for this year. And I have a business goal for this year. I have all of those because they all matter. Right? So my marriage happiness falls into the being in a happy, peaceful, love-filled marriage, which requires me to do my work and my wife to do her work. And by work, I mean making sure that like not bringing our triggers to the table, not having trauma talk, or we're resolving a disagreement from a place of curiosity, like it's holding ourselves to higher standards. So marriage falls into being. Connection with God falls into being. My body goal, right? And that's like, who do I need to be to get this result? And what do I need to train to get this result? And does that mean I need to get up earlier in this day to be able to, absolutely do what I need to do in business, but also show up for myself with my body, and also show up for my relationship with myself, with God, with spirit, with my customers, and with my wife. So body, business, being is the frame that I mostly look at the world through. And I look at wins across body, I look at wins across being, I look at wins across business. Because if I just looked at my wins across business, sometimes when I'm in build mode, for example, I might go, I had a slower month or whatever it was. And I can make that mean horrible things. But to be honest with you, I've learned that my income in a month is not relative to my self-worth. Those two are completely and utterly detached. They used to be attached. Like, look at me, I'm crushing it in a business, therefore I'm an amazing person. No, you're an amazing person, period. And how was your revenue that month? They're two different things. Okay. So those are the triangles of truth. I'm sure there are other triangles. I just happen to love triangles. And the KAPOW logo is a triangle, and it's got a zap through it, which is energy. Oh, absolutely love it. And, this is all about elevation at the end of the day. Like, we as entrepreneurs, we love to feel momentum. We love to feel like we're moving in the right direction. We love to feel connected to truth, our truth, the truth, and we love to create, and we love to win. And we love to do all of these things. And whatever winning feels like at the end of the day, for me, I just want to say this. For me, what I've learned is that I'm not winning when I'm crushing it financially. I love making money. I love, good money, not bad money. What I mean by that is I love making aligned money. I love selling things that are absolutely in alignment with me. Okay? And in alignment with where I'm going and what I'm here to do. But it's not like my life is not all about how much money I made in that particular day. My most peaceful days, in all honesty, are the days when I hang out with my wife and we laugh and we giggle and we garden and we garden. We go on an adventure. We walk up a mountain. My most peaceful days are the days where I know that I'm making a difference in KAPOW. I know that I'm making a difference in my clients' lives. And that is amazing and it's incredible. And I can do all those things, but in absence of the joy and the connection that I get with my amazing wife, and the joy with nature and the connection there, and the joy of growing my own food, that's a high that, I don't really get that high. It's ridiculous the amount of joy that I get out of growing my own fruit and growing my own, actually I don't have fruit trees yet, I will in the future, but growing my own vegetables. And that's part of being. My state, my beingness is in a rhythm of peace because I give it what it needs. I hope in some way, shape, or form that this has been of value to you. I hope it's elevated your spirit, elevated your soul, elevated your life in some way, shape, or form. And I hope that, I just hope that you loved it. If you want to grab my book for free, it's called The Ultimate Wealth. If you'd like to grab it for free, it's going to be free for a limited time. I'm actually going to be charging for it very soon, but it's free for a limited time. You can go through to lizbenny.com and grab it there 100% for free. I would love to gift that to you. It's my life's work. It will help you literally become more wealthy in the ways that matter to you. Again, my name is Liz Benny. If you have found some value from this, please do me the absolute pleasure of sharing this with someone who you feel whose life would change. I love you. You're incredible. You're amazing. I will see you in the next video.